haven't been as close to it as you need to be. I think you learn as you go along. But I do know that there are vast stores of energy right in this country. We continue to go outside our country to get it. Maybe we've handicapped ourselves too much, and there's a lot of reasons for it. I understand that. But when you look at it, bottom line, we have an awful lot of energy that's available to us right now. Pennsylvania, Marcellus, there's also coal out there. There's a lot of things that are very affordable.
And clean coal, too.
Yeah, clean coal. There's a lot of opportunity right there, as long as we look at it as an opportunity to lower our cost and not to just increase revenues for us.
I was down in Oil City, and I saw a company that's doing that. They vertically drilled and they horizontally drill, and they come up underneath the old gas wells and recover the old oil wells, the old oil fields, and actually recover oil. It's all right here in northwest Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it is
western Pennsylvania.
Yeah. And we can, you frack that, but the question then becomes, well, what do you do with that water? There are ways to treat it.
Treat the water that you use to do it.
Yeah. And it has to be done intelligently, Tom. I mean, It's like everything else. There's a solution to the problem. As long as we don't get too caught up in the minutia of it and look long term, what's the best result? And we can do it. We can do it. There's technology out there that can do it right now. But again, it's marrying the federal, the state, the municipalities, everybody working in the same direction, as opposed to everybody working in their little end of it and not looking at the big picture.
Boy, Mike, it's oil and water. Oil in the Gulf and water in the Gulf. You need water to get the Marcellus shale to get the oil. It's always oil and water, and the darn things don't mix, yet they're critical to each other. Yeah. Now, you're running for office, and you probably have some issues in your mind that are critical and important, and certainly you would like to let the audience and the folks that listen and maybe are not listening right now and listen later. What do you feel is the big issue? What's your challenge? Where do you see the challenges?
A government that's grown way too big, certainly at every level, but my concern right now is a federal government that has grown way, way beyond what it should have grown, and involvement in issues that the federal government should not be involved in. And it comes down to, and I got to tell you, there's a lot of talk about this, and people want to get into the issues. Well, specifically, what would you do? Here, specifically, I got to tell you something. When we start to run at the level that we're running at, and I'm talking about the size of this government, it takes a lot of coal to feed that. And what I'm talking about is money. When we continue to spend and spend and spend with no real way of recovering that other than through taxes or by printing money, we're following the wrong road. And we know that. We know it. But I think we've fallen asleep. As a people, we have fallen asleep for many, many years because things have been too good for too long. And when you're riding that crest, and when things look good, and it looks like there's no storm clouds on the horizon, then that's when you're in danger. They always say that an army or a team is most vulnerable after its latest victory. So when you look at what we've been doing, and we're feeling pretty good about ourselves, we're helping everybody in the world. We're the first responder anytime there's a disaster anywhere in the world. We're the first ones there. But we find out later on when something happens here at home, well, there's nobody here to show up for us. And certainly what's going on in the Gulf right now goes back to government getting involved in things that maybe they shouldn't be involved in and not responding when they should. If we're really trying to make things better for people, let's let the free markets decide what's best for us. Let's not over-regulate people. Let's not get so involved that we forget what our purpose is. So my main issue is reducing the size of government, reducing the burden on the taxpayer, reducing the onerous regulations that fall on top of everybody. We have to find pathways to succeed as opposed to just managing problems. And that's what I see that we're doing right now.